Are you doing a bit right now?
No, are you doing a bit right now?
No, I'm not doing a bit
How
at
is
all.
this possible?
They're the liberal rednecks. They like cornbread, but sex they care way too much, but don't give a fuck. They're the liberal rednecks that makes some people upset, but they got 3 big old dicks that you can suck.
Well, here we are.
We are here.
I'm back. Drew's
are back.
gone. There's
Tell me
never
about it.
feels like there's very rarely all three of us.
These days.
Drew's off the grid somewhere. He's in an outhouse somewhere in Georgia right now or something like that.
Dude, with him, I have no fucking idea. I was going to say it's like it feels like ever since me and Drew had babies, it's rare that all three of us are in the same spot for some reason. You would think it was more because of you, because you're the one that travels all the time, but it does seem to be mostly him, I feel. But with him, I don't know where the fuck he is. Like I was
he's bought a house and moved recently, and I think he's in the process of moving in that house right now, and they don't have any power hooked up
right
yet. And I'm sure, and when he's here, he can update us on this. I'm sure shit has gone sideways, and he's pissed off about it. I'm assuming.
Oh, he's raging right now,
right? Because I'm sure there's been wires crossed, no pun intended. So we're talking about electrical stuff or something. But like, I would not commence moving until that place had fucking power.
Absolutely
personally,
not.
like I would make sure that but that's easy for me to say. They might have had a U-Haul already rented and lined up or whatever the fuck. Who knows? But like, that's the situation with him.
Especially in this weather.
I know, right?
Bro.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Like I'm in my attic. I'm in my attic right now, and I've got all these fans going. So like temporarily, for this podcast, I'm in a situation that kind of don't hit, but like with the fans, it's fine, and it's just one room. Bro, if I had to like actually live like this, oh my God. And I mean, I know I sound elitist right now, but Jesus Christ, like I was downstairs and my house Amber had it at like 74 and I was ready to get fucking divorced. I was down there like toweling my fucking head off, like absolutely unlivable. Can't do it. So I'm sure that he's, in a fit of rage right now. So God bless
I'm sure
him.
you're right. You know that, like, you heard all that shit about, like Europe recently, how like record breaking heat and stuff because of climate change and everything.
So it's what, 85 degrees?
No, it's been like legit hot. But I mean, on that note though, like they don't have in 2026, a huge number of them don't have and ain't never had
AC,
air conditioning,
right?
And so people are like dying and shit, and that obviously
I'm very sorry for what I just said. Then
hit, but it's also like as somebody from the southern United States, I just can't even imagine that.
No, me either.
Because it's like to me, I'm like, I get that you don't need it; it's an unnecessary expense or whatever, but it's also like it feels like in the modern era, it's not that big of a lift, right? You know what I mean? It's not like, I don't know. It's not like installing a desalinization plant because you can't drink water. It's not like millions of dollars. You know what I mean? It's like,
it's not like a solar panel or shit like that.
Get a little winder unit, but again, what do I know? I'm talking about a lot of things I don't know nothing about, Joe, as I want to do.
I know. It's completely inconceivable for me. Like as being someone from the South, but like, it's not even a Europe thing. Like out in like, fucking hell, people in New York be like that, some of them. And I mean, I know in like San Diego and shit, which their weather's completely different. I know, but like it can't, like, I know that like for most of the year it's great, but like you're telling me there ain't a couple days of the year, and like I know they're like, yeah, but it's not worth it to have it for only a couple of days. Dude, for me it would be. For me it absolutely fucking would be. Like I can't, bro. When it's hot, like like if it was that hot in my house for several days, like I'm straight up not sleeping. And again, I know I sound elitist right now. I know that sounds super elitist, but like, that is, if we're going to consider it a luxury, that is a luxury I cannot live without. Maybe if I'd always, if you're someone over there and like that's the only way you've ever lived, sure, I wouldn't know the difference. But now that I've gone my entire life with indoor air conditioning, like if you took that away from me, I would be on the picket lines tomorrow. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, 100%. I went to a seaside like hotel in La Jolla, like in San Diego once, and they didn't have air conditioning there because they're like right on the water and it's in San Diego.
And it was fine,
like,
I'm sure.
It was, but me
still,
though, I still was like, come on, y'all. Because it's like, it wasn't fucking cheap. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like to them, it's like that was part of the mystique or something.
Your
I was like,
mystique.
fuck the mystique. Yeah. And also, my boy James, who moved out here to LA years before I did, and he lived in Hollywood when I first did his apartment in Hollywood, which was a nice place. He didn't have like an air conditioner in there for like a long time.
James Bain?
Yeah. He moved, and I mean,
that big ass motherfucker ain't have an AC?
I know, but it's like, and I know, I'm like, man, was it that much different 15 years ago? I don't think, because it's so hot here right now.
Right.
I'm just right over the hill from Hollywood.
And I know he be sweating.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know.
Dude, speaking of, before first off, I want to hear all about the lake. Me and you just did 2 back-to-back lake trips, and I know your experience was probably different than mine because you was with all the Salina boys, and I want to hear all about it. But while we're talking about the earth and the climate and green stuff and all that, I want to shout out. This is my tweet of the day. I'm gonna start doing that. Well, actually, I guess this is my response of the day that made me chuckle. So this was the tweet. Zoran, do you say I'm so used to just saying Mayor Mamdani. Is it Zoran? Is that how you say his first name?
That's how I say it.
Okay. Zoran
Mamdani, yeah.
Zoran Mamdani has announced a plan to increase New York City's tree coverage to 30% by 2040, aiming to create more green spaces, reduce heat, and improve air quality. And the top comment was, someone making $25,000 a year in Alabama just had his day ruined.
Right.
Which is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, I don't. What's the downside of trees? I don't
know, but there will be one somehow.
Yeah, well, I think
Verizon
it's just, who's paying for all these trees?
Right. Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
And it's like in the context of the budget of the city of New York, a bunch of trees ain't shit. Right. The NYPD, I mean, once again, I'm talking to my ass a little bit, but the NYPD has like a budget larger than like most militaries around the world.
Yeah. Them in Cali.
I think they can afford some trees, bro.
Well, I think I don't know how they're going to game it out or what the like press spin is going to be, but like I know the reason that the business tycoons will be mad about it is like if you increase tree coverage by 30%, that means there will be less room for massive apartment complexes for these motherfuckers to make money on. You know what I mean? Like that's why they'll be mad. I don't know what they're going to say to get the working class people to get mad for them, but that's got to be why it's not going to hit for the 1%, correct?
I don't know. Again, like I said, it's probably just a thing. It's a waste of money is where my head goes with that. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's what they'll say.
Right.
Trees are a waste of money. It's like, I'm about to do something Raven here. The other thing they've been bitching about with Mamdani lately, he had that idea for those grocery stores, right? Like city-owned grocery stores, right? And I don't think I've ever told you this or said this out loud because I cringe at myself now. But one plant, when I was like in my 20s, I was like, yeah, I'll be like rich and famous someday, right? And I was like, if you're like that, you got to have a thing. You got to have like a passion, charitable pursuit.
Like the
right?
Rockefellers.
You got to have a thing that you do, right? Well, even if you're just like an athlete, you have a foundation or whatever. And my idea that I thought I had, it was just going to revolutionize everything, right? Was essentially just nonprofits. It's like when we invented breakfast burritos without realizing it. Except I was like, what I'll do is I'll like open up factories and shit in places like Salina or whatever, but they'll be not profit motivated, right? Like there is no profit. You operate a regular business as a nonprofit. Right. And then that way you can pay people more if you're not worried about the profit or the shareholder value or whatever.
You're subsidizing everything.
Yeah. But just I don't even lose money. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, I was always like, you ain't got to lose money. It's just like, you just don't make a profit and that's by design. And you just set up a bunch of those. I was like, rich people should do that. And I'm pretty sure that that's essentially what his idea is for grocery stores.
Yeah.
Right. But people think that now, of course, it wouldn't be a person doing it. It'd be the city doing it. But what I'm saying is people think that it's like, I don't know, it's just free food giveaways or something is what they think is going to happen. But it's like, no,
you
it's
still
just
pay for it.
Yeah, right. You still pay for the food and all
subsidized.
That. It's just like, and again, even to me, even calling it like it is subsidized, but I'm saying it's like, in theory, it shouldn't even really cost the city like anything.
Right.
You know what I mean? They should make their money back. They're just not looking to make a profit on it like Kroger does or Walmart does or whatever, because they're not a business in that way. And that's all that it is, unless I'm being dumb right now. That's my understanding of it. But again, they talk about it like you can just go down to one of these and just load up like it's fucking, what was it, shopping cart spree. What was the name of that game show from the 90s?
Shopping spree or
shopping spree or something
Hold
like
on just
that.
a second. It's bugging me that I
Supermarket spree, supermarket
something.
Anyway, they think I was never super into that one. I was always more of a
shopping spree.
That's what it was called. Okay,
I think.
Anyway, they think it's they act like it's going to be like that.
No, there's no way, because this says Shopping Spree is a game show that aired on the Family Channel.
Supermarket sweep. Supermarket sweep.
Okay, I was about to say, because this one said it only aired for 2 seasons in the 90s. And I was like, no, this thing we're talking about was huge.
At Supermarket sweep, you had to play trivia. You had to play trivia against another team to earn time.
Right.
To run through a grocery store
and put as much shit as you can.
It's funny. It's like that was so many years before we got to this, like the Hunger Games thing of fucking society. Like, in people's minds. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like people watch like the half court challenges now where it's like a kid's got to hit a fucking 150-foot shot to get his college paid for or his like sister's medicine paid for, whatever the fuck. If people, but like the supermarket sweep was like, it was a game show to get like food to feed your kids or something. Dude. I mean, am I wrong or were they doing that in like a Toys R Us or something? Was it?
No, that's what it was.
Right. Well, I haven't thought about it since or ever but that's kind of wild. Really.
It's very wild, dude. I mean, that's what most of our shit. Yeah, it was kind of ahead of its time in that regard.
in a like a depressing way.
In a depressing way, yeah. Because like we always say, that's what most of our shit is now. But like, yeah, that was like one of the first. Because like, you know, all game shows give big prizes and stuff, but it's like, I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. Like, obviously on The Price is Right, like you get a car and you get this trip and stuff, but it doesn't feel dystopian. It just feels like, oh, we're hanging out, we're playing a game, whatever. But on those, like seeing people like just frantically shoving milk in a cart just feels very.
That's what I mean. I'm now sitting here wondering, like, because again, I don't remember it. I was like, so I just remember in general, but it's like, was it a thing where maybe it was a thing where it's like you have this much time to run through the store and you grab whatever you want, and you got to be strategic about it because when you come back, we're going to look at the value of what everybody got,
right? And
whoever got either the most or the least, whoever was the thriftiest shopper or whoever spent the most money or whatever, you win, and the winner gets $5,000 or $10,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
That would be way less insane if that's how they did it. If they literally were just playing for bags of flour and fucking apples and shit.
Yeah.
Then that's
it was
nuts,
the first.
dude.
No, surely it was the first thing you said.
Yeah, right. Like it
nowadays,
had to be.
it would be the thing you said.
Right.
And it would be Mr. Beast, and he would kill the other people.
Right.
Did you see that thing? You just reminded me of a video I saw where there was this bodega, and the owner of the bodega, and somebody was filming it, and I don't know if the person was homeless, but like it was clearly in New York or something, and there was a black dude, and he was there, and the dude from the bodega, he was like, "Hey man, you got 15 seconds, and you can grab anything you want, and it's free." And the fucking black dude immediately turned around, and the guy behind the desk goes, "Not my cat, man!" And he tried to grab the fucking bodega cat. Right. And he's like, "Oh, my bad." And then he immediately goes over for like a Shasta or something. Mm-hmm. It was fucking hilarious.
That is hilarious. I do think that I've seen that. Yeah. So how did we get to talking about supermarket sweep?
We was talking about
Mom
Donnie and
trees, Mom Donnie, and then Mom Donnie's grocery stores.
You invented government subsidized grocery stores because you're a genius.
Yeah, it wasn't stores for me. It was more like factories. We were really missing factories where I was from, Joe.
Yeah,
we really wanted the factories to come back. Never did. Imagine that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just there. I mean, I don't, there's not a lot to report. As me, Thompson, and Key, and our wives and everybody's children, just doing, wholesome children stuff. We went to like Cummins Falls State Park. We canoed the Caney. We went to Del Hollow Lake, all that shit. Katie did get COVID the day we got there.
Nice.
So that was fun for her. Would have hit for you, right? That's what happened to you on your ski trip, right? Because Katie was then just in bed the whole time we were there.
Super hit for me.
Right. So she wasn't around for none of it. But
as a parent, was on a trip. Like if I was at home, this is the thing. Like if I was at home sick, I would still be expected to carry on with life because, well, we're at home, whatever, who gives a shit? Like I would have to be a parent. I would have to do all those things. But we were on a trip and Bane wasn't with us. You know what I mean? So it was truly the only time in like 3.5 years that I got to like really relax and sleep and just do whatever the fuck I wanted to do, which, as you know, is just lay down and rewatch Downton Abbey. And so, yeah, I did that for 3 days straight and it was fucking pretty awesome. Then I got home and still felt like shit for 3 days and that part didn't hit. But yeah, I don't like being sick all the time, but sometimes a good sick is really like, it sucks to say, but like in this world of, the 9 to 5 and then you're 5 to 9 and grind culture and being on the go. Sometimes, you just need the Lord to hit you with a slow down child,
On that note, I can't remember if we talked about this on one of our podcasts or not, but, you just hoovering lettuce lately? You trying to get that turbo diarrhea or what? Because, I figure a man probably dropped 20 or 30 pounds off that.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe even 40 pounds, because they say it lasts for like a month.
Yeah,
you get nice and slimmed up. That turbo diarrhea, baby, I'm sure that's crossed your minds.
For the record, I have lost, according to my doctor's visit, I have lost 20 pounds and probably a couple more since I left there. But it's not been the turbo diarrhea. It's literally, I found out when you are stupid fat, and I don't mean stupid fat as in like really, really fat. I mean that your fatness comes from just stupid things like alcohol and Doritos and stuff like that. It's really easy to lose weight because you just got to cut out the stupid shit. You know what I mean? And so like when I had that cholesterol scare, like I just cut out booze. And then I was like, I went down the list of all the cholesterol in like the things that had all the real shitty cholesterol in it. I was like, okay, I can't do all that anymore. And I'm like, literally was like, when the doctor told me like, I'm being serious right now. I can't believe you're not like currently in cardiac arrest. Like while I'm looking at you, I can't believe you're not in cardiac arrest. It scared me so much that like, I can't even, it was hard to look at those foods. Between that and exercise, like it's been pretty easy for me to shed 20 pounds. Now I'm not ignorant enough to know that like, I'll relapse. Like I know that shit. Like I know
it's
that
also,
I've been down this road before.
Yeah, right. Me too. I'm doing the same thing right now. I've lost like 15 pounds and you're right, except that'll plateau in my experience. It'll plateau out.
For sure. It's not like the next 20 will be easy.
When you first start like doing well again after being off the wagon for a long time and really being on a fat and it's like, God damn, if I just don't eat 2 whole bags of Doritos every day, I'm not so that is easy. But then
the stupid fat comes off easy.
But then it levels out and becomes a fucking grind. And that's when people lose their, I say people, that's when it's me. I'm people. That's when when I start to lose my like just willpower over it. You get to a point where you get discouraged. Like this was going fine, but I'm plateaued off now, and now it's been. And I'm not there yet. I'm still in like the good part. But
me too.
But once you get to there, and then after a few weeks or something of losing not near as much, and it's a lot harder, then you get discouraged. You're like, well, fuck it, and then you fall off the wagon, and the cycle starts all over again. But if you had turbo diarrhea, Cho, to be out of your hands.
And that's what
you
I'm
wouldn't
saying.
Have to, you wouldn't have to worry about none of that.
Well, that brings me to my point.
It'd be taken care of for you.
That brings me to my point. The stupid, and this is my thought process, the stupid fat is easy to lose. So while I'm still losing the stupid, I need the turbo diarrhea to help me
after
lose
you get past that. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, but what if it's already gone by then? What if you missed the boat, missed the turbo diarrhea boat?
Well, what I need to do is go buy me some lettuce right now and save it. You know what I mean? Save some of the diarrhea lettuce for later. Because I'm 4.9 pounds away from being under 200. And it's been a while since that was the case. And I'm very excited about that. That's where like once I get under that though, it's what you're talking about. It's like that's such a that right there will keep me on the train for a while. Like I can see getting past that number, but then I feel like once I get past that number, I will stay on the train for a while just to not get back to it. You know what I mean? Like but then you get a little cute. You know what I mean? Once you get that
That's
buffer.
the other part of it too. You're like, well, I'm doing pretty good.
Yeah,
so I can give myself a little bit of leeway or whatever.
Yep. Yeah. Like you get if I get to 190, you get that buffer zone. You get that little buffer, and you're like, yeah, I mean, I can fuck around a little bit, and then you black out, and then all of a sudden it's been 2 weeks, and you're like, have I been fucking around for 2 weeks? And then fucking you're back at 220. I mean, it takes no. time.
We've talked about all this so much, but it's like but like that part kills me the most. Where
Dude,
it's
fuck
like
God on that
is
front.
Unreal how difficult and how long it takes and all that to get rid of it all and to get yourself in a pretty good shape, as compared to how fucking blazingly fast you put it back up. It is insane how quickly you can fucking. I mean, I said when I first went viral and became internet famous, I was coming right off of us doing Doubt and Flabby, and I was in good shape. In that first video, I had my shirt off. I was like 70 pounds or something like that.
Shoulders
75 pounds. Yeah. And then got internet famous. We started touring and stuff. And by Christmas of that year, by the end of that year, because we moved to California right after the new year, 2017, I was like 235 pounds.
Yeah, dude. Boy,
I gained like 50, 60 pounds in 5-6 months or whatever it was. It's nuts,
bro.
You just can't have nothing, anything that hits. And then some of these motherfuckers out here, they just do whatever hits for them all the time, and they just be fine.
It's fine. Dude. I mean, and by the way, I wouldn't trade it for nothing in the world. But Lord, them first 2 to 3 years, Lord, me and you was toxic for each other,
bro.
Oh my God. And again, I wouldn't trade it for nothing. We had a good time, but like, because I gained
using hotel ironing boards, just laying out big sub sandwich kits with a box of wine, staying up till 4 a.m, drinking smoking packs of cigarettes on the hotel balcony. Going to bed till 4 o'clock, eating 4 sub sandwiches that we made in the room, and finishing off 2 boxes of red wine. I mean, it was insane. Just Roman Bacchanalia shit without all the butt fucking.
Dude, sometimes I was just smoking in the room and just being like, I'll pay it. Right. I don't give a fuck.
I did that in almost every rental car we ever had. I just smoked in it, and I was like, I'll pay it. Fuck them.
I did. Like, we're making money. Who gives a shit? Yeah. Like, bruh, I mean, yeah, you're right. Like, aside from the butt fucking, like, it was Roman God Elysium
just
shit.
Hedonism.
And it was fun.
It was fun.
It was so much fun. But like, dude, imagine like right now, or because this is 10 fucking years ago, dude.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you always think that whole thing, like you'd hear people being like, oh man, I couldn't do it like that now. And you're just like, I'll quit being a pussy old man. Yeah. Bro, like, imagine putting our current bodies through a week of that shit right now. How the recovery, like, that's it. The recovery. It's not that I couldn't do it. Like, that's the thing.
Like once.
Yeah, right.
You do it once, and then you need multiple days to get over it. We were doing it like day after day after day
for years. Yeah. For years. And that's the thing too. It's like I think that's really the thing that I talk about sometimes to my friends of like, that's the number that COVID really did on me, is like forcing me to stop was the best and worst thing that's ever happened to my career, because like once you understand like the rock stars and stuff that have it's like the reason that Keith Richards is who he is because he's never quit. Like he's never quit. He's continued, because if you fucking stop, you can't go back. Like it's impossible. Like when we were forced to come off the road and I quit living like that, like I don't have it in me to go back anymore. But when you're in it and you just don't stop, it's like, yeah, here we go. And it's not easy, but I'll tell you what is easy, Trey. That is making a website with Squarespace. Squarespace is the all-in-one website platform designed to help you stand out and succeed online, whether you're just starting out or you're scaling your business. Squarespace gives you everything you need to claim your domain, showcase your offerings with a professional website, grow your brand, and get paid all in one place. And let me tell you guys, here's how it's so easy. How easy is it? It's so easy that even a dumbass like me can do it. Matter of fact, way back in the day, Trey brought it up earlier, Downton Flabby, I actually used Squarespace to do Downton Flabby, and that was a long time ago. They have upgraded and made all sorts of different things and improvements to it now. It gives you everything you need to offer services, get paid, from consultations to events, experiences. Like I said, you streamline your workflow with built-in appointments, scheduling. They got SEO tools for those of you not in the know. That's search engine optimization. It's all complicated, but it is important, and you don't really have to know anything about it because Squarespace does. Every website is optimized to be indexed with meta descriptions, auto-generated sitemap, and more. They make it super easy for you. Make smarter business decisions with Squarespace's intuitive built-in analytics and tools. Head to squarespace.com/wellread for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code WellRED to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/wellread for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code WellRED to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Squarespace. Skew.
Couple quick celebrity things I've run across, one of which I know you're familiar with, but one I just saw. Dadgummit, where is it? Here we go. I'm sharing something. Can you see it? Do you have to let me share it, or
no?
Sharing?
Apparently I don't,
okay.
Which is great.
All right. So I saw this on Reddit. This is from a post on.
Which one's the celebrity? I mean, I assume it's the woman.
That's Famke Janssen. Famke Janssen. She's Jean Grey in the Fox X-Men.
Oh my God! Okay, right on. Yeah,
she's been in a ton of shit.
Of course she has. For some reason I didn't know her name. That's wild that I didn't know her name, because that's a very unique name.
This dude posted a picture of him and her and said, "Kind of sucks. I paid $80 for this picture, and her handler literally put a yardstick out and told me I was not allowed to approach inside of that."
There's probably good reason for that.
I mean, to be a woman like her, she's like a beautiful Hollywood starlet. Who knows what these fucking handsy nerd incels at these
Comic-Con,
these cons have done before. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. He managed to smile at least, but I don't know.
He managed a very weird school shootery smile, I would say.
Well, maybe that's just his smile, Cho.
Yeah.
You think it is?
Yeah, it's very odd. And I know, like, it's, sometimes that's how those people completely make their living. I'd like to think that's not the case for her, because she is a working actor. She still be in stuff. I mean, she was in... Yeah. She's been in a lot of shit, and I can't. Sorry, my eyes are like. As soon as you pointed that out, I recognize her. My eyes are not what they used to be, frankly. But yeah, she's the mom in Taken, also, isn't she?
I think so. Yes, yes, she is. Yeah.
But of course, yeah, Jean Grey. I should have recognized her off the bat. How the fuck did I not know that was her name? I'm such a fucking misogynist. I love these women in their roles, but I never get to know them.
She's not been doing a lot of great stuff lately, but she has been working though.
Yeah, I'm saying she's working.
Stuff that I ain't be seeing. But
I mean, she's a woman in Hollywood. They
how
throw
is
them away.
$80 for a picture in your experience? And what I mean by your experience is you've done a lot of wrestling cons
stuff.
and stuff. What's like the market like? I don't know. What's that price point tell you?
I mean,
that feel about right to you, or is that steep?
Yeah,
or
no, that's probably pretty good for her. I mean, look, when I'm at the wrestling things, like it depends. Like I'd say your average is if we're depending on the cons I go to. Usually it's like a Starcast, which is Conrad's, and he's got wrestlers ranging from complete up and comers to absolute fucking top of the line
legends,
dudes who are like still in the game on top of their top of the line legends, also dudes who have been retired but are like NWO Wolfpack legends who like unassailable, like even though they hadn't wrestled in 40 years, like they're still the #1 merch sellers on WWE, like that type of legend. But he's also got dudes like your Greg the Hammer Valentine, who like, don't get me wrong, dude still rips for me, but like he's definitely like, I'd say washed up would be the term. So I'd say the average across the board would probably be in the $40-ish range, maybe. But funnily enough, MJF, don't you? Maxwell Jacob Friedman of AEW.
He's got his gimmick as being like a rich douchebag guy.
Yeah, the super heel. Super heel. His and also his gimmick is at these cons is like whatever the top dollar person is, he'll just make his like $1 more just to be a fucking asshole, and then when people take pictures with him, he'll like pretend to be asleep or be a complete, but like people love it because that's his gimmick, but like I've still never seen one that was like more than, I want to say like $100, $150 or something like that. I could be talking out of my ass, but and a lot of that is just like, these dudes don't have a lot of time, and like if it was like, that's how they justify it, at least. It's like, look, if it wasn't, then this line would be way back out the fucking thing and I'd be here all goddamn day, and also they have it set up like that because they'll have it where it's like, and that's per item, like that's autographed per item, or you get 2 items, and they're like, and we do that because look, man, if they come up here and they bring 10 fucking things, I'm gonna be here all day. Or I know what they're doing. They're just doing that so they can go sell that shit on eBay. And frankly, that's bullshit, because if I sign 15 things for them, then that floods the market with eBay and it makes all that shit less valuable. You know what I mean? So I'd say 80s, like that's definitely a good price for her.
Once you're in a position where you're doing mostly cons, like, look, let's be honest, I'm not trying to be an asshole or a hater here, but some of them Stranger Things kids, they're probably going to mostly be doing cons. Yep. I feel like some of them, not all of them, not going to specify any, but like, dude, that's like, it's like being it's like your whole career at that point, to me, in my mind. I'm not saying I wouldn't do it, God knows, but it's because, I mean, I do it kind of, because your whole career at that point is like just the meet and greet part of doing a comedy show. Right. And it's like, I don't know, that's got to be, except it's like on a much larger scale, but it's more efficient, right? They get
it's super
hustled through, and you don't want to sound like a dickhead, but when there's hundreds of people, you got to do what you got to do. But it's like, I don't know.
No, it's wild. And I mean, you say that, but like there are some people you'd be surprised who like they are still actively hitters, but like they still do them. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's just worth it to do it.
It's just worth it to do them, and like
because all you're really doing is sitting there and smiling for a picture, signing a thing.
Yeah, like it wouldn't
making a ton of money to do it.
Yeah, like it wouldn't surprise me if Anson Mount didn't still do them for was it Supernatural he was on? Or was that that was Jensen Ackles?
Yes, but Anson Mount is on Strange New Worlds, so he's in that Trekkie situation. Okay, so he definitely can do cons.
Either way,
for sure.
Jensen Ackles is still a good example. It wouldn't surprise me if he still did them for Supernatural and shit like that, because a lot of times it's like, hey, the rest of the cast is doing them. I want to see my buddies, because a lot of wrestlers too, like I've heard them talk about it. A lot of these big guys are like, I really like, I'd prefer not to do it, but like honestly, it's the only time we ever all get to see each other. Like, we're all ever in the same room. So, like, it's worth it for me to go hang out because that's the only time I get to see Nash. That's the only time I get to see so-and-so. So I do it, and it's a nice payday, you know, and a lot of them you can tell genuinely are like, I actually genuinely like talking to the fans. Like, that's a big thing for me because, like, I'm appreciative of them or whatever. But, like, yeah, it's very, for the most part, it's very efficient, and I can speak on that because I've been in the position of being one of the people who makes it efficient because when I'm there hanging out with Conrad, often, like, I will volunteer to, especially if it's because it'll get me to hang out with like a Jimmy Hart or whatever. I've worked Jimmy Hart's table several times because I love hanging out with Jimmy Hart, and this is how I can hang out with Jimmy Hart for 8 hours. You know, like, I'll be the guy that takes the pictures and sits
8 hours.
Sometimes, yeah. You know,
God
like,
damn.
Yeah, don't bother me a bit, dude. Like, when it's Jimmy Hart, you know what I mean? Like,
I'm talking about him.
Oh, brother, he loves it, man. And you know what, Jimmy Hart does not drink an ounce of fucking water the entire goddamn time. And he says it's because, he says, man, I don't, you know, Jimmy Hart don't drink no water, baby, because I don't want to have to go to the bathroom. These people have paid a lot of money, and so I don't want to take any breaks. You know what I mean? Unless I have to, brother. And also, Jimmy Hart, only thing I've ever seen him eat is beans out of a can. It's all that some bitch, beans out of a can and fruit. That's all he fucking eats. Keeps his fiber up. And hell, he's got to be in his goddamn 80s. Still looks great. But you know, I sit there sort of like how we, you know, when we're doing a meet and greet, we have somebody at the club take the pictures and like be the dickhead so that we don't have to tell people to move on. I sort of do that. You know what I mean? That way Jimmy ain't got to tell people to hurry the fuck up and, you know, keep things rolling along. Because most people absolutely get it. There are certainly some people, as you know.
Yeah, right. We know,
that just totally don't. And obviously, you don't want to put Jimmy Hart in a position of having to lose a fan. So they can just hate me, you know.
Right.
Mark Henry was also someone that I got to do that with, which was great. Stan Hansen, also one of my favorites to do that for. It was fantastic.
Well, since combat sports has come up, let me get your take on this situation. This clip here from Smartless podcast. Jonah Hill was on. I'm sure you guys have all seen this. It's been very viral.
I love Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I love, except my body is begging me to not love it. 42 isn't. My wife is often like, "You're not going to become like a professional fighter." You know that, right? Like you're a comedian. Like,
but let me ask you something. Yeah. If we got into it,
I would fuck you up.
You'd fuck me up, right?
I would fuck all three of you up. Yeah.
Right?
And that's the best part. My favorite thing is people are like, "Oh, Jonah Hill, fucking fat guy from Superbad." And I'm like, I would fucking annihilate you, dude. I'm not kidding.
Every fight,
try it. If you see me, try it, dude.
Every fight ends up on the ground.
Fucking bring it. Who's got?
Okay.
Right.
Now that I only ever saw the quote, I didn't like see the clip.
Yeah.
Seeing the quote and hearing the clip are two very different things. Like, he's clear. I mean, I'm not saying
doing a bit.
He's kind of doing a bit, and like
I know.
I don't think like reading the quote and
it's bad.
Reading the quote is bad, and I like the way I heard him saying it was like in a very visceral way, like he was super pissed, like fucking come at me, bro. Like, I don't think that's that. I don't really think that's that bad.
I don't.
Like,
this is what I wanted to add because I thought the same thing. I saw the quote like everybody else did, and I was like, Jesus Christ! But then I watched it, and again, look at Bateman and Arnett. And they're all laughing about it. They're like playing into it. It's like you know. I was gonna say it's like Drew. It's like when Drew and Mark, and they haven't done this in forever, would come up and they're both talking about how they would smoke each other in a race or whatnot. And it's like, dude, I'll fucking smoke. It's very similar. You right now. And but when they do that, they do mean it, but it also is like they're boys, and it's fine. You're not being an asshole,
of course.
So it's like. I don't know.
I'm sure there's a bunch of people who do come up to Jonah Hill in his life that he probably could fuck up. He don't literally mean everybody.
Yeah. I don't, but that's what I just wonder how much he's fucking around with his boys and halfway doing a bit in that clip, I think. But the part at the end where it's like with people on the street, I wonder how much of that he does believe.
Well,
what percentage of people he thinks he could annihilate. And he could annihilate. I have no training at all. I'm sure he could annihilate me.
Think about the people he runs into on the street, though.
Yeah, they're like that guy who was 3 feet away from Famke Janssen.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, he runs in different circles. Like, I have no idea. I have no doubt that the people in his streets that he be walking, he absolutely thinks he could crush and probably would. You know what I mean? So, like, in the bubble that he lives in the world that he lives in, he's probably correct. Now, like, you know, like, so yeah, dude, like, now that I had that, like, the way, when I read the quote, I read it as, you remember that interview? It was a work interview that he did where he was like getting all pissed off at the interviewer, but it was a complete work. Like, I read it as him saying it like that, and like that's not at all what happened.
Yeah. So, yes. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know about him. Like, with all that type of thing. Like, I bet. Yes, but I bet he does also mean it too, though.
Sure. I'm just saying, I don't think it doesn't. All I'm saying is that the video clip is way less braggadocious,
damning than the quote out of context.
Absolutely, which is why, like, it's just most things, like with comedy and most everything, are just such a bad read. And if somebody shows you a quote that came from a video, I implore you to watch the video first before.
So, in fairness, Cho, you just said you didn't do that with this until I showed it to you just now.
But I also didn't make a judgment.
Well, okay, fair enough. Yeah, you were going to finish that statement with "before you make a judgment."
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Right.
Before you
and
make
you
a
didn't
judgment.
make a judgment on Jonah Hill.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. That's what I'm saying. Before, like, I didn't publicly make a judgment or anything. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. You seen the new Spiderman yet?
What?
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 What? What?
What
do you mean, what?
Like a new trailer?
No.
What?
The new Spider-Man movie.
It's out?
Are you kidding me?
Are you kidding me?
Coming from you, of all people?
What? It's out? There's a new Spider-Man movie out right
now?
Bro,
it's broken. I'm pretty sure it's made more money than Endgame did in its first week. It's their biggest grossing movie of all time. I think that's right. If it isn't number one, it's close.
Are you fucking with me right now?
I literally think it's the most successful MCU movie of all time. Like after one weekend or whatever.
Are you doing a bit right now?
No. Are you doing a bit right now?
No, I'm not doing a bit
How
at
is
all.
this possible? You're like you.
I don't know
out
how
of
this
all
is
the
possible.
friends I have, you are the one person
I know.
who I, like.
What?
Bro, yeah, like,
I haven't seen one fucking thing about this.
What's so funny about this is I thought you were gonna be like, oh yeah, I loved it, and I was going in a totally different place about that was more kind of related to the Jonah Hill thing, but now this has happened, and I'm super sidelined or clean slated by it. But yeah, yes, it made $360 million in its first weekend, which. And Endgame made $357 million in its first weekend, so it's the largest worldwide debut of all time.
What the fuck is it even called?
Brand New Day. You don't even know that it exists,
bro. I thought that Doomsday was slated to come out.
What is happening right now?
I don't know, brother. I'll tell you this:
Spider-Man Brand New Day. You ain't heard nothing about that.
I'll tell you this, I'm fucking pretty proud of myself right now because this shows that, like, while I'm not completely off the internet, I have done my absolute best to limit my complete rabbit holing to Substack because that's mostly articles. So I feel like a little bit better about it because when I do go down rabbit holes, I'm at least like reading more. But like, dog, I'm blown away right now.
It's like really good, dude.
I'm sure it is. Are you?
It's the best one.
Have you've seen it?
Yeah, me and my boys went and saw it on Sunday, and Katie.
Well, I'm looking this up. Right? What the fuck do you even mean? Spider-Man.
It's awesome. Everybody loves it. It's got like a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Are you doing a bit right now?
Crushing financially. It's a massive hit. It's a great movie. It's awesome.
What do you mean?
I only brought it up.
Races to the $1 billion mark. What the fuck? What's the plot?
I only brought it up. Well, you should know as little about the plot as possible, in my opinion.
Okay.
There's
on. Go in cold.
There's like some surprises in it that I didn't know anything. That like people who had been tracking it, they knew about it, but I didn't know anything about it. And I was like, oh damn, at a couple points. But one of them that I knew this. I know you don't know anything about it, but this was not a thing that was kept secret. I only brought this up because I want to talk about John Berenthal.
Yeah. Okay. So Punisher's in this.
Yes. And again, that was like a known thing. He's like the secondary character in the whole movie. But
fuck yeah. That's
and,
awesome.
Right.
So Daredevil's in it, I assume.
I'm not going to say anything else about who's in it or not.
Yeah.
But I only brought it up because again, I just wanted to ask like what your trajectory's been with John Berenthal, if anything, and I mean like off the screen. But he's in the zeitgeist right now because he was in Tom Holland and Zendaya were in $2 billion movies in back-to-back weekends. They were all three in the Odyssey, and then Spider-Man: Brand New Day in back-to-back weekends, which is pretty wild. But anyway, Berenthal.
I love that motherfucker. I've loved him since the day I first knew him. Like, has something bad happened?
So you ain't seen none of it's a weird. I don't know. He's like a weird case. So you ain't seen none of the little sort of mini controversies with him or nothing.
Let me propose,
it's nothing crazy. It's nothing like, oh, he sexually assaulted somebody or he's a racist or nothing like that. It's smaller things.
Can I propose what I think it might be?
Yeah, one of them I really doubt you're going to guess it, but it's funny. I'm glad you don't know about it, actually.
So one thing about him I've noticed as I'm scrolling through my Instagram sometimes is that he seems to have a podcast. At first, I thought it was just that the first time I ever saw him in a podcast clip, I thought that he was just a guest on a podcast. But then I kept seeing it, and I realized, like, oh, no, this is clearly his podcast because it's the same setting. It's a different person.
Yeah.
And it seems to be a fairly bro-y podcast.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I don't watch the clips that much, but that was just kind of in the back of my head. Like, oh, he's kind of a little bro. So, like,
he's a bro's bro.
Right. But
that in and of itself is fine with me. Just so I love bros.
Absolutely, because we've always talked about how like there needs to be more bros on the left, you know.
Right.
And so I've always just clocked that and been like, well, that's fine, whatever. So is it that like he's getting a little manosphere? Like, is he going Frank Grillo-y?
Kind of, a little bit.
Don't fucking tell me he's Frank Grillo-ing.
Well, see,
you can't Grillo.
So we'll go in some sort of order here. The funniest one, but it's also like, I'm not going to lie, you know me. It didn't hit for me.
Right.
You didn't see the whole thing where he went on like an anti-nap tirade?
No.
You didn't see that? It was very
what an asshole.
To me, it was very manosphere-y.
That is very manosphere-y.
Because it was this whole thing where he was like, you're a grown man, you're taking naps? What's up with that?
That's
like
so
he's like I can't respect a grown man that takes a nap. I'm sorry,
grown
dude.
men are the only type of men that need naps.
He's like, you're taking naps and you're instead of, I don't know, working on your car. I don't know what the fuck but like you could be training MMA and you're taking naps. He didn't say any of those things specifically, but he just said like
to be able to take a nap.
It was like a grind set thing, like, and he was just like, what kind of grown man takes naps? Which
you act, motherfucker. What kind of grown man acts?
Right, I took very personally, but there was that, and then so you didn't see the Punisher stuff about after the Punish, they made a movie or something, a Netflix. Did you watch that?
No, I haven't. I haven't seen it yet.
That, yeah.
No, I haven't seen it yet because I was wanting to. I was wanting to rewatch the whole show before I did, which I know is unnecessary, but it's just how I
don't know anything about it plot wise or nothing. I just know that when it came out, he made this big kind of sappy post on Instagram, and maybe said it in interviews too or whatever. But he was like, Frank Castle belongs to all of us. He belongs to the to the police officers and the service members and stuff. Who he, I know, right?
He don't. He very much don't.
I know, right? Which I don't think about how cops love the Punisher and they rock the Punisher. Right. Well, he seems to either not understand or disagree with that. It seems as though that just hits for him, that the Punisher hits for cops. Like,
it don't hit for me.
I agree. It don't hit for me either. So that's what I'm saying. It's not like, it's nothing like insane. It's red flags is what it is. It's very
red flags.
There's been some red flags with Berenthal, who I also was a huge fan of, like, but a few of these things I'm like, I don't know. And then the biggest one that people accuse him of, but the internet be the internet, to me, I think this one's at least somewhat dubious. A lot of people say that he's a full-blown Zionist.
Oh, yeah. These are all tip of the iceberg type things.
But as far as I can tell, that particular accusation seems to stem entirely from right after October 7th happened. He had an Israeli soldier on his podcast, I guess, to talk about that day and what went down or whatever, which that is, look,
not a good look.
Well, here's the thing.
Right,
you have to remember the context of it,
yeah,
right?
For sure.
Yes, it's like full blown genocide and shit like that now, but like in the immediate aftermath of Israeli 9/11 or whatever, it's at least a little bit fucking different. And I don't know if he's done anything publicly in that vein since then. I think it might just come from that. But people call him a Zionist, and there's the NAP thing and the fucking. Yeah, I know. They're not the same. I'm aware. It's like, yeah,
they're close.
The stakes are pretty different. I'm aware. The NAP thing pisses me off more.
It's more personal.
Yeah, yes, but and then the thing about the Punisher and him, it seems like he backs the blue and that type of shit.
That's the most egregious to me.
Right.
Personally.
For the Punisher specifically. The Punisher in the comics and stuff they've gone out of their way in those comics so many times to try to send the message like, look,
right.
Y'all are missing the point that ain't it. Like,
and if you've been playing that character for this long, like, how has it not been explained? Like, you've been playing the character, and like, if you're playing a character and you are this Hollywood, who's a great fucking actor who, they do research for their roles and they immerse themselves in this, like, this hasn't been a conversation. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, this hasn't been also, like, it's evident in the source material. It's also not just the source material, but like the fucking scripts that you're playing in. Like, have you seen the fucking scripts for the Punisher that you're playing in not only the show that you're doing, but in Daredevil? Like, you and the cops they don't hit for you.
Apparently,
and you don't hit for them.
That movie that came out, which again I haven't seen, but apparently it's like a plot line in there about some cops becoming obsessed with him or something, and
it don't hit for him.
A lot of people felt like they didn't. He in that movie, because I guess he had a big part in the writing of like, he didn't just act in that movie. He helped shape that movie. His baby, I guess. And a lot of people felt like he and they in the production did not do enough to like push back on within the framework of the movie, which again I have not seen. So I don't know. But anyway, I'm just saying, like, Bernthal's a guy who, yes, like you, when he first came out, I was like, dude, I love this motherfucker.
I mean, for the record, acting wise, I still
there's
do
just
and
been
will.
There's just been some red flags in recent years, which I was going to ask you about, but you are very out of touch,
bro,
with all that.
I mean,
being out of touch with a lot of things hits. It's just when you're talking about like Marvel actors and people like that, it's just a thing. I just would have thought you'd be knowing all that.
No, I know this is crazy. Like,
there's another small part of it that I was going to bring up, but I'm not going to, because it has to do with somebody else who's in that movie, and I don't want to ruin it for you since you know literally nothing about it.
No, I don't. Like, again, I'm still like, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm not still a screen time addict nor an internet addict. I am, but like, I have attempted to try and like quit brain rotting myself, and I've been attempting to, like, if I pick up my phone, let it be to get on Kindle and read a book, or like if I'm going to scroll, let it be on Substack instead of all these things. But like, apparently to my own detriment because I didn't know fucking Spider-Man was coming out. Like, but dude, also I didn't even know that there wasn't. I mean, surely at one point I knew there was a new one, but like the most recent Marvel news I knew about was like the Doomsday trailer just dropped. So I was like, okay, that's what the new thing's gonna be, and I assumed that Spider-Man was like after that. Like we're all leading up to Doomsday.
No, I mean,
which I'm not that excited about, but I bet Spider-Man gets me excited for it.
Well, that's a whole conversation too.
I'm no longer excited for the overall MCU, but I will always be excited about Spider-Man.
Well, that's what a lot of people are saying. So, but
yeah,
I knew that this movie was happening. It snuck up on me for sure. Like Bishop mentioned it, and I was like, "That's out already." I knew that it was coming out.
Okay, so you was dumb too.
I knew that it was happening, and I knew it was coming out sometime this year. I didn't know it was literally the week after the Odyssey. I didn't know that until Bishop told me. But I knew. But I didn't know anything about the plot, which I didn't want to. Anyway, because of the huge success of it, there's been a lot of like Marvel fanboy types, whatever. They've been like, "Oh, MCU's back, baby," in the run up to Doomsday. And then there's been a lot of other people being like, "Bro, Spider-Man is different."
Right. And
like
it's
like Spider-Man and like Batman are in their own tier in their separate universes. It's like this don't mean shit for the larger MCU, and I think that those people are right. I mean, they can get it, because one thing I did think with the Doomsday trailer and all that is like, whatever, we don't have a lot of time, and the people probably don't care about this anyway.
Well, we got plenty of time.
I feel like their only real option is, everybody's been wondering how they're going to use the X-Men and shit because they got them from Fox. To me, that, in my opinion, is the only real path forward for the MCU. Meaning, like, doing that well, like whatever their next generation or iteration of the X-Men is.
Yeah, that's
making that hit.
Yeah,
that can get you in a second round of hyped
agree.
Up MCU, because the X-Men are so iconic too.
Yeah.
And you've already been through, you know what I mean? And they went through this period where they're fucking with all these kind of tertiary characters, some of whom hit for me, but I'm just saying.
And
so getting some like icons back in their world, if they do that right, they might can salvage it. But I think that's the only hope that they have. I do opinion.
Too. But I think if they're going to do that, in my opinion, they got to get rid of some of you got to be like, look, man, when Hemsworth done, Thor's gone for a minute, and Iron Man's gone, all this shit. Like, fucking just focus on the
fact
X-Men.
that they're bringing back Evans in this movie and everybody like that. Fuck that. I love Chris Evans is awesome as Captain.
Yes, but
he's great. But it ended. There's no well.
Like the whole thing is
leave him out.
Right. The whole thing about and you pointed this out long before I was on board with it, but you're like, man, as soon as this multiverse shit, you're like, it's a slippery slope to no stakes. And it's again with Chris Evans showing back up, you're like, what? Nothing matters. Like his whole sacrifice doesn't matter. Nothing fucking matters. If you can just get us away from that, start over with and make X-Men the new Avenger, like fuck the actual new Avengers and just make them the centerpiece. And then build around them, whatever. And if something hits, let it stick. But like, yeah, just like, and also everybody gonna have to accept the fact that there's gonna have to be a new Wolverine. Like, yes, Hugh Jackman was our guy, but like, I just don't understand why we've been fine with there being new Batmans all the time. But for some, I mean, it's a credit to Hugh Jackman for, he fucking murked it, but he's about to be in his goddamn 60s. He can't be Wolverine forever. Somebody's got to do it. And yeah, dude, you're right. Like, dude, Spider-Man is such his own thing. Like when the Batman came out with Robert Pattinson, which I personally loved. I know some people, I don't know how you felt about it. I can't remember, but like it did a lot of numbers and was great and had a spin-off TV show. But I don't think anybody looked at that and was like, the DCU is back. Cause it's like, it's not even in the same thing, but like that's Batman, dog.
It's Batman,
like Spider-Man is the Marvel's Batman. You know,
100%.
They are always going to do well because they fucking hit.
Because
and that's another thing I've said for a million years. The one thing DC gets right that Marvel doesn't is that DC will actually go, look, we do have a universe, sure, but we'll also just say fuck that universe and do a solo movie that is outside of that. You know what I mean? We'll do that. We'll say, like, look, Ben Affleck is the Batman in this universe, but Robert Pattinson is just solo Batman in this. And like, I would kill for Marvel to do some shit like that. Like, and also like I'm so pumped for Clayface, which by the way comes
great.
I know, and it comes out on 9/11, which is the perfect day for a Clayface movie to come out. I would kill for Marvel to do some shit like that. You know what I mean? And I thought they were going to do it with goddamn Blade, but they fumbled that shit. And I know everybody was like, you can't do it without Wesley. I understand that, but again, in his 60s, like, Marshalla, is that how you say his name?
Mahershala.
Mahershala. I always fuck it up. But dude, imagine how awesome that would have been. And they fumbled that shit. But if they would just do these side fucking again, like if Marvel would just take a play out of DC's playbook and do like a one-off Sinister Six movie or whatever, it'd be fire. It'd be great. But they won't fucking do it. And but anyways, dude, I guess I'm going to see goddamn Spiderman. I'm so pumped, man.
Dude, it's awesome. I loved it.
It's the best of the Tom Holland Spider-Man.
I think it might be.
That's a high bar, man, because they've all
been good. I know. I think it might be. Yeah, but anyway, y'all go see that, and y'all listening, come see me on the road at the end of this month. TreCrowder.com. I'll be in Des Moines, Omaha, Kansas City, upstate New York, Hartford, Connecticut, Eugene, Oregon, Austin, Texas, a bunch of other places in the near future. Again, all at TreCrowder.com. Cho, tell them what you and Drew are doing.
Yeah, Drew is going to be in Birmingham Friday and New Orleans Saturday. Go to DrewMorganComedy.com. As for me, I would love it if you would subscribe to my Substack, which you can conveniently go to at CoreyWritesForYou.com. By the way, all of this is in the description of our podcast, which makes it easier for you to just click on it. CoreyWritesForYou.com is my Substack, where I put up essays and fictional stories. Right now, you can read my short story, Here We Rest. The fourth part is going up, I think, this week. I've been doing my diaries like usual, which are funny, and you can pay or not pay. That's how that rolls. But nothing is paywalled. You can read it all, even if you don't pay. CoreyWritesForYou.com. Also, listen to Putting On Airs. That is me and Trey's other podcast. Listen to Gravy Baby with Drew and DJ Lewis and Carmen Morales. Listen to Weekly Skews. Listen to, if you're a fan of Game of Thrones or the House of the Dragon, listen to Little House of the Dragon, which is on the Putting On Airs feed with me and my sister. And if you're a fan of The Dollop, this is over on their Patreon, so you got to be a real big fan of The Dollop. It'll be on their main feed at some point. I don't know when, but I am the new host of The Dollop Hollywood Hellscapes. We've got, I think, 5 episodes out now. We've recorded about 15. That's me and our old buddy Alex Burns, so that's a lot of fun. But CoreyWritesForYou.com is the thing I really care about. Thank you all for listening to the WellRED Show. We love to stick around longer, but we got to go. Tune in next week if you got nothing to do. Thank you. God bless you. Good night and skew.
Fart.
We're still fancy, putting on airs. We might not know much about history, we don't care. We gon' get drunk and we talk about yachts. We gon' get drunk and we gon' talk a lot. Dress real fancy, sit in our chairs, sip on our tea, putting on airs. We collected from our love of Downton Abbey. We collected, we found out we're both so fancy. Hey, what's the difference between rednecks and royal families? Only money, cause they both have sex with family. Ew. Putting on airs. What other rednecks will talk about foreign affairs? Laughing so hard that we end up falling out our chairs. Sir Trae, Sir Corey, oh what a pair. High class topics with a redneck flair. Oh yeah. 2 rednecks but we're still fancy, putting on airs. We might not know much about history, we don't care. We gon' get drunk and we talk about yachts. We gon' get drunk and we gon' talk a lot. Dress real fancy, sit in our chairs, sip on our tea, putting on airs. 2 rednecks but we're still fancy, putting on airs. We might not know much about history, we don't care. We gon' get drunk and we talk about yachts. We gon' get drunk and we gon' talk a lot. Dress real fancy, sit in our chairs, sip on our tea, putting on airs. Okay, it's Team Squirrel or Team Trae. Oh yeah, we keeping it basic. He thinks that the squirrels at Corey's mom's house are racist. And you know count your blessings. Cause all the squirrels that you ran over, that you think are nameless, faceless, their families are getting together and plotting on you from the attic and basement. So even though Corey is dumb, fat, and bald, he knows how to avoid drama, don't get squirrels involved. Two rednecks, but we're still fancy, putting on airs. We might not know much about history, we don't care. We gon' get drunk and we talk about yachts. We gon' get drunk and we gon' talk a lot. Dress real fancy, sit in our chairs, sip on our tea, putting on airs. Two rednecks, but we're still fancy, putting on airs. We might not know much about history, we don't care. We gon' get drunk and we talk about yachts. We gon' get drunk and we gon' talk a lot. Dress real fancy, sit in our chairs, sip on our tea, putting on airs.